Good afternoon, everybody, from the Lou Astorino Ice Arena in Hamden. The final game of 2023, an SCC Division II matchup today. The East Haven Co-op against the Rams of Cheshire High School. Two of the three remaining unbeaten teams in Division II going at it today. East Haven at 5-0 with 20 points coming into the day. Their last game was Wednesday night, which was a 6-0 win over Hand. Cheshire comes in at 3-0. Their last game was a week ago where they beat Glastonbury, I believe, up at Trinity College. So 5-0 East Haven, 3-0 Cheshire. This should be a great one today. Sophomore Ryan Miller in goal for Cheshire, and of course, senior Michael Fritz in goal for East Haven. Nice to see our good buddy Murph Riccitelli in the building today, standing in front of one of the Dragons on the far side. Mike Amento, Nick Maniscalco, Rob Becker, John Becker Jr. with you today. And we are underway here in Hamden. John Dalbero skating in. Dalbero gets bumped off the play, so the Rams will take it behind the net. Lorenzo DeFilio for the steal. Trying to go back down from McGlinchey in front. Dalbero put one just wide. This we anticipate to be very similar to the Amity game about a week and a half ago that East Haven won in overtime 2-1. Here come the Rams. Right in front of us, 25, Jack Ferracola. Knocked off the play by Preston Cantelli. Puck knocked to the far side boards where Carter McGlinchey clears it up and out to center ice where the Rams will get it there. Ryan Fraser at his own blue line. Now Carter McGlinchey up to John Dalbero in the Cheshire zone. Dalbero can't weave his way through three Cheshire players, so Ryan Bonnell puts it deep, and East Haven completes a line change. Here come the Rams as the puck was all the way out to center ice. Shot taken there by Shane Fraser, gloved by Fritz. 13:54 to go, scoreless first period. And Nick, as I mentioned earlier, this one should be nip and tuck, just like Amity.
Yeah, they're both high-scoring teams. Cheshire has 15 coming in. We have about 32 goals, so they can score. But when they play a tough opponent in the SEC, it's always going to be a close one.
East Haven has outscored opponents 32-6 in their first 5 games. Michael Savo carried in the Cheshire zone, went behind. It came out to LaCroix. Cameron couldn't get a shot away. Now Evan Vasilyev's at center. Up ahead for Shane Fraser. Fraser into the East Haven zone, but a nice play by Landon Cantelli being physical behind his own net, knocking Fraser off the play. Back forward is Liam O'Day for the Rams. Liam O'Day behind his own net, outlets to center. But it's going to be taken there by Savo. Savo collides with Evan Vasilyev's at center. Green loses an edge. Now Savo backhands it up where it's on the stick of Enzo Plano. Now Perillo carries in the Cheshire zone. Perillo into the corner, being ridden off the play by Michael Bulger. Cameron Green gets to it, keeps it in, only momentarily. And now Cheshire will control in their own zone. Cameron Green up ahead for Enzo Plano, who gets knocked off the play quickly there by Fernacola at center. Now Billy Demetriadis. Demetriadis off the East Haven bench and out of play. 12:35 to go. Scoreless game, first period. Nothing really of substance happening here early in the game.
Not a ton, but we always talk about Preston, how he's a two-way player. Good job by Landon to get back and get his man off and then deliver the hits. Those two are just both utility players.
Landon Cantelli has proven to be a very physical player in the first quarter of the season, essentially, at 5 games. East Haven dumps into the Cheshire zone, no icing, so Dalbero goes and gets it, puts it in front, and the puck went wide of the net. Now Dalbero behind, looking to go in front. He's knocked off the play by Golden. Lorenzo DeFilio stepping down. Cheshire flips it up over Preston Cantelli, but back for it was Carter McGlinchey. Here come the Rams into the East Haven zone. Golden threw one well wide, held it at the blue line, shot blocked by Griffin McGlinchey. That shot was taken by Michael Bulger. Griffin felt that one. And now it's up on the stick of DeFilio. DeFilio puts it into the near corner, stays with it. Now it's at the blue line, Cantelli. Preston Cantelli throws one towards the net. It was knocked down. Now it's in the corner. DeFilio tied up there. And now the Rams are going to come out with it. Cheshire, a long pass at center ice, broken up by McGlinchey. And he plays it out to center where Evan Vasilyevs controls for the Rams. They dump it in. Just missed the very low ceiling here in Hampden. Now Ryan Bunnell. Bunnell has it stolen. McGlinchey behind his own net. Braces, takes the hit from Vasilyev. Savo up the boards and out to center. Not a lot of open ice here early in this one. Rams at center ice. Nice play there by Landon Cantelli, playing physical in the middle of the ice. Savo takes a hit. Now McGlinchey fires all the way down. That's going to be an icing. 10:45 to go, first period, no score. As far as I can tell, I don't think either team has a shot on goal yet.
Fritz has one save real early, and that was good for him to get in. But I like coming to different rinks because we're at a different angle, as you could see. Some of the players, Shane Frazier for Cheshire, number 10, he's a big kid as a forward, so it's going to be hard to kind of knock him, force him wide and knock him off the plays.
Fourth line getting a shift here for East Haven. Tanner Walsh, Josh Salvati, and Shane Ruggiero as a forward today. Ruggiero in the Cheshire zone with room. And there's the first save of the day for Ryan Miller, the sophomore, on the shot from Shane Ruggiero. 10:32 to go here in a scoreless first. Finally, an offensive zone faceoff for East Haven. Good to see the fourth line get an early shift.
Yeah, exactly. We need to keep everybody fresh. We saw him a lot in the game against Hand. This is a different situation, so it's good to get him out early, get some legs under him quick. Ooh.
Tanner Walsh took a big hit at center ice. He kind of knew it was coming, braced himself for it. They turned it over, but between Walsh and Salvati, they couldn't get a shot away. Cameron LaCroix knocks it down in front of him, plays it up to Salvati, who banks it in. It just missed the Cheshire bench, so legal play, we continue. Shane Ruggiero steals behind the net. Now Tanner Walsh goes for it. At the blue line, Testa throws it towards the net, goes wide of Miller. Cameron Green keeps it in. Good shift here. Shane Ruggiero working hard, flips it back behind. Now the Rams have it back. It's going to be knocked down, kept in. Salvati has it, throws it over the net. Went over the net, occupied by Miller. Good shift here by this fourth line. Now Testa across for Green. Cameron Green up to John Dalbero, who is at the blue line, dumps it in on net. Miller sticks it aside, and now the Rams look to get going. At center ice, it's dumped in. There's a backhander save made by Fritz. Shot taken by Drew DiPodesta. Held in at the blue line. Shot taken there by Liam O'Day. Biagio Pepe trying to go up the boards. Pepe top of the circle. Glove by Fritz, and he holds for the whistle. 9:05 to go. Scoreless first period, and Michael Fritz with a couple of saves here on this shift. And you're right. The size of Cheshire, we'll see if it becomes a factor today.
And we also seen in the first 5-6 minutes, they're a lot physical. We kind of saw it in the New Milford game where because we have the numbers, it's almost like we can still absorb those hits, but still have fresh legs.
Face-off comes all the way down. Miller has to play it. So he comes out, plays it up the boards, knocked down nicely by DeFilio. Cross ice for Dalbero, and he scores! John Dalbero! And that play started with Lorenzo DeFilio. And with 8:52 to go in the first, East Haven takes a 1-0 lead. And that play, as I said, started with the block on the wall by DeFilio.
Yeah, exactly. DeFilio had a great job. And a little bit of a gift from the Cheshire goalie playing it, too. He came really far out, which gave Dalbero that chance to put it right over his shoulder.
So John Dalbero with his 6th goal of the year now, I believe. Or 6th or 7th. 7th goal there because he scored against Hand, that's right. That's his 7th goal of the year. Michael Fritz makes a save right off the faceoff, and East Haven takes the early 1-0 lead here over Cheshire. Outlet it to center, knocked down by Griffin McGlinchey. McGlinchey waiting for help, trying to go for Dalbero. Pass didn't connect. McGlinchey has it back, throws it on net. Miller gloves it and holds 8:27 to go in the first. East Haven 1, Cheshire nothing, and maybe that kind of play there will settle East Haven down a little bit and make them find their game.
Well, yeah, and the other thing, like you kind of mentioned in the open, Cheshire hasn't played in over a week, so they may be a little slow. So that's where we have to, already took advantage once, kind of put one down and then get into the period and just kind of wear them down and keep going.
Big crowd here in Hamden today, as to be expected. Puck knocked down at center ice. Here come the Rams. 17, Devin Kelly. Shot saved by Fritz. Michael Fritz. Sharp early in this one. Here's Preston Cantelli. Cantelli with speed. Cantelli carries into the Cheshire zone, but he couldn't get the shot away. Now Carter McGlinchey back for it. Goes up the wall. Landon Cantelli played it forward. Cheshire has it back. Here they come. Shane Fraser over to Vasilyevs. Vasilyevs puts it in front. Nobody there. Stolen back by Preston Cantelli. Here's Preston in the Cheshire zone. Drops it back for Landon. Landon shot wide to the glove side of Miller. Preston throws it towards the net, but now it's knocked behind. Ryan Bonnell fighting for it there. Bonnell pushes it to the far corner where he ties his man up. Landon Cantelli comes away with the puck. Bonnell on the ice. LaCroix stepped down, but the Rams clear it out. Here comes Biagio Pepe for Cheshire. Pepe into the East Haven zone, makes a move. Pepe in the slot, shot goes wide. Glove side of Fritz. Perillo braced himself for the hit, and East Haven able to clear it out to center ice. Rams control it there, and they'll dump it in. Back for it is Ballo, Michael Ballo. Flips it forward for LaCroix. He's tied up by Pepe. Enzo Plano down for help. Plano skates out. Here comes Enzo Plano into the Cheshire zone. They're onside. Plano works his way through the hit, stays with it. Now it's pushed back behind the net where it's taken by Golden. Golden through center ice for the Rams. Golden, another big physical player. Charles Golden goes in front. Nobody there. Perillo with the steal. Perillo takes a hit. This Cheshire team not afraid to throw their body around. We're seeing that here in the early going. Cameron LaCroix up the boards looking for Plano. Plano outlets to Perillo, and we've got a whistle, which I didn't even hear. 6:10 to go in the first period, 1-0 East Haven. I never heard the whistle blow.
No, yeah, it almost looked like the back referee kind of signaled that it hit the ceiling. He pointed upward, so I didn't see that, but we have what? We have our first line out there. Giants good to win the face-off, get it out of here on that kind of weird opportunity for Cheshire.
So the Rams, you could definitely sense, bring a physical style to the rink. That seems always the case with Cheshire teams. Puck comes out of the zone, and Griffin McGlinchey with a nice outlet pass to John Dalbero. Nice move. Dalbero gets by him, and he couldn't get enough on the shot. Now it's behind the net as Miller was scrambling across the crease. Knocked down by Testa. Here comes Cheshire. Here comes 17, Devin Kelly. Kelly in. Shot saved, Michael Fritz. And he holds for the rebound. 5:44 to go in the first. 1-0 East Haven. And I think this has been among the busiest periods that Michael Fritz has had to start the year.
You took my line. He's got at least, by my count, he's got at least 5 saves already. He really hasn't seen more than like 6-7 shots, it seems, every period because of Preston Cantelli, McGlinchey. The defense is just that solid.
Preston Cantelli gets double teamed behind the net off the faceoff. Now Griffin McGlinchey looks for Lorenzo DeFilio. And the puck goes into the far corner. DeFilio trying to go in front where McGlinchey was. They poke at it. And now it's at the far side wall, cleared all the way down. And the referee says it went off Carter McGlinchey's glove. So we're going to continue on. Preston Cantelli up for Carter. Carter a little too far for John Dalbero. So the Rams are going to control it center ice. Nice play by Savo to tip it out to center. Oh, East Haven almost got caught with too many there. Carter McGlinchey at the half wall. Vasilyevs with a hit on him. But Carter dumps in. Ryan Bonnell takes a hit. Preston Cantelli dumps in the Cheshire zone. Now Preston lost it at center ice. Rare turnover from him. Here's Fernicola. Fernicola trying to get through. Cantelli flips it at least back up to the circle. Another shot glove by Fritz with traffic in front of him. Fritz makes a big save. Biagio Pepe throws it towards the net, and Cantelli was able to tip it up to Savo. Michael Savo trying to work through, at least gets it into the Cheshire zone. Now East Haven going to make a change. Looks like the fourth line is coming out. No icing. Cameron LaCroix back for it. He gets tied up. Ballo there for help. Good play by Ballo, who got tripped up right in front of the official, staring right at him, and there's no call. Michael Ballo behind the net. Ballo being worked on by Fernicola. Around the boards, Ruggiero. Ruggiero flips it out of the zone. Rams control at center ice. They gain the red line and dump it in. Fritz leaves it for David Fritz. David Fritz trying to go up and out of the zone to Salvati. He gets it to him. Salvati back to Fritz. They work hard into the Cheshire zone. Fritz with Ruggiero and Salvati now. Deflected up into the Cheshire bench. 3:34 to go in the period. 1-0 East Haven. The pace of the game has definitely picked up.
Yeah, there's been maybe one icing, so everything's kind of just flowing well. The one weird thing about, at least here, for Fritz, you always see the blue. Here, I can't almost make out the blue, so sometimes it seems like Cheshire's a little too close in his area. I know put guys in front, but I can't even tell. Like Fritz, I think, is out of it right now. It's a little difficult to notice.
Yeah, you're right about it. We were commenting before the game about the ice surface condition here. I'm surprised they didn't remake ice. It was sitting here for about an hour before we started. So it's kind of tacky when the teams took the ice. Of course, that's not a factor now. Cheshire carries in the East Haven zone. Puck's at the blue line through a screen. Fritz made the save. The puck loose, and now the official lost sight of the puck. So East Haven caught a break there. Fritz had it covered. And then the whistle blew with 3:09 left. Fritz let it go. I couldn't hear if there was a whistle initially.
I think there was a whistle. I think Fritz did have it covered for a millisecond, and the ref kind of, like you said, lost sight of it. But here's the other thing. We've noticed this year they don't like to call penalties for some reason this year. So, but if it gets like this, we have to call a penalty somewhere.
Yeah, they haven't been letting the kids play. East Haven took quite a few penalties on Wednesday against Hand. But for the most part, they have let the kids play. Oh, what a hit that Preston Cantelli took right in front of the Cheshire bench. The physical nature of this one has picked up. Here's Lorenzo DeFilio in the Cheshire zone. DeFilio gets by one, goes to the net, and Miller may have gotten a piece of it as the puck goes into the corner. DeFilio with a shot as the puck took a weird carom. Cantelli took one, and I think that one might have hit the post. Boy, East Haven came close a few times. Carter McGlinchey over to Preston Cantelli. Cantelli dumps it into the Cheshire bench. Out of play, 2:22 to go. 1-0 East Haven, and we've seen each team with spurts here in terms of scoring chances.
And like we've been talking about all year, the speed of East Haven, Cheshire's right there with them. They can skate. The other thing they have, like we said, is the size. They have the size, and they can all skate well, so it's going to be interesting. We have more lines, I think so, right now, so hopefully wear them down that way.
East Haven has been skating 3 and in some cases 4 lines here through the first period, which could help as the day goes on. Savo tips the puck up ahead to Bonnell, who dumped it in. Now the Rams quickly back the other way. They get by LaCroix. Shot save. Fritz, he ties it up on the side of the net. Takes the face-off. 1:58 to go in the first. East Haven 1, Cheshire nothing so far. Game is shaping up to be the battle that we thought it would be.
Yeah, and like you compared it to Amity before the game, and that's exactly how it's going to be. Like we said, any team we see in the SEC this year is going to be close like this. Hand might be the exception, but I think going from here on out, West Haven, Hamden, it's all going to be 2-1, 3-1 games.
Preston Cantelli in his own zone. Nice outlet pass for Bonnell, who knocked it down at center ice. Now Landon Cantelli gets up for it beyond the red line and dumps it in the Cheshire zone. Puck taken behind the net there by Keegan Grace. Up but not out. McGlinchey holds it into the blue line, deflected, and now cleared back in the East Haven zone. Cheshire side wanted a penalty on Carter McGlinchey, but they didn't get one. They wanted an interference call. Here comes Savo. Savo in the Cheshire zone. Savo takes a shot that was blocked by Grace. And now the Rams take it behind their own net up the wall, held in by Cantelli. Preston with a shot saved by Miller. Cheshire there for the rebound, knocked down by Griffin McGlinchey now. And it's fired down, that'll be icing. 1:02 to go in the period, 1-0 East Haven. Offensive zone faceoff. I'll tell you what, when there is not action, I don't remember this building being this quiet.
Yeah, no, like right now, like I tried to like lower my voice through it because it is a little different. But it's just, we came in here with nobody, and this place is still packed. And it's still like you could hear the puck drop from 200 feet away.
It's almost like I was talking to a coworker of mine before the game. It's almost like you're watching the PGA Tour. There's DeFilio. DeFilio with a shot that was knocked down, never got through. Oh, but that one came out right in front of the goal mouth, and Dalbero had his stick lifted. Puck now behind the net. Griffin McGlinchey working hard for it. McGlinchey now to Dalbero. Dalbero with a shot save made by Miller. And he holds with 42 and a half seconds to go in the period, and a 1-0 East Haven lead. And these two teams kind of trading chance for chance.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of felt like a feel-out period for the first, like, minute, 2 minutes. But after that, they're just getting full steam ahead. It's just, I think my biggest concern, I keep saying it, is the size of Cheshire. Is it going to wear them down too much?
East Haven's been solid defensively so far, which has been the case all season long to this point. Vasilyev's behind the net, knocked off the play by McGlinchey. Now Preston Cantelli reverses, goes back for it. Around the net for Carter. Carter up for DeFilio. DeFilio out there with Landon Cantelli and Dalbero now, so different combination. DeFilio trying to go out in front. Now has it back. Finds Dalbero, quick shot, save Miller, rebound. Cantelli couldn't get the shot away. Now McGlinchey to the net, and that one got tipped wide. Another shot by Preston Cantelli goes wide, and that'll do it for the first period. So East Haven, I thought, got better as that period went on, and they wind up with the advantage.
Yeah, I think they played well. It's kind of the same as what we saw in hand. They left off at the same place. We talk about winning period. You win one, and now come out, and I think the second's going to be the most important period this game.
So we are one period complete here at Hampden with the score. East Haven 1, Cheshire 0. Back for the second period in a moment. Back here at the Lou Astorino Ice Arena in Hampden, we start the second period. East Haven with a 1-0 lead over Cheshire on a goal by John Dalbero, his 7th of the year, early in the first period. And that is all the scoring so far today. East Haven shooting on this end of the rink here in the second period. Held in by Carter McGlinchey, shot blocked. Griffin couldn't get to it. And now the Rams out with the puck. There's Fernicola. Jack Fernicola in the East Haven zone, puts it towards the net. Fritz wound up coming out of the crease. It's hard to see if he was able to get a piece of that shot. DeFilio at center ice. Lorenzo DeFilio finds Dalbero. Dalbero into the Cheshire zone. Dalbero tied up on the far side. DeFilio tried to put it in front. Held in there by Ballo. Ballo around the boards. Biagio Pepe runs into Preston Cantelli on the far side, and the Rams clear it out to center. Ryan Bedell takes it and dumps it in. Now in front of us, there's Landon Cantelli, who avoids the hit from Ryan Fraser. Nice move by Cantelli. Puck comes out in front. Miller, I think, played it off to the side, and now Savo back for it at center ice. Savo looks for Cameron LaCroix. LaCroix takes a heavy and hard hit to the bench, and that's going to be a penalty on Cheshire, a cross-check. Wow. Ooh, that could have been bad. 13:31 to go, 2-0 East Haven, and my goodness, what a hit.
I really thought that was going to be more beats. He went right into the word of glass, and it was just a vicious hit. He didn't care. He saw him looking and just, well, yeah, we're only going to have 2 minutes for a cross check, but I missed the number who it was on. Charlie. So it's thank you. It's just one of those things, and we saw in the last game too, where there would be kids looking at the board, and you have to have some kind of common sense for the safety of the game too.
Luckily, Cameron was able to get up and skate off. My goodness. Very, very dangerous hit by Golden, who's a big kid, wearing number 4 for the Cheshire Rams. So fortunately, Cameron's okay, but East Haven gets a power play out of it. That shot had to be gloved by Fritz, as Cheshire off to a good start here, shorthanded. First power play of the day for either team. And here's Preston Cantelli. Cantelli leaves it for Dalbero. Dalbero over to DeFilio. DeFilio works it into the corner where Griffin McGlinchey gets tied up by Bolger. McGlinchey comes away with the puck. He's hit by Liam O'Day. Now held in by Preston Cantelli, who finds Dalbero and gets room. Dalbero, nice pass to DeFilio. Back to Dalbero, shot saved. Miller, they poke at it, and Miller's got it covered. 12:41 to go in the period, 1:10 on the power play, and good attack zone time here the last 25 seconds or so for East Haven.
Like you mentioned, it was a little slow to start, but once they got in their zone, they really did start to attack. They scored twice on the power play in the hand game. They've been doing pretty well in the power play, so maybe put one that, because I think that's what you need. Get one before the 5-minute mark in the period and kind of take the, not that Cheshire has the momentum right now, but kind of take the wind out of their sails.
A 1-goal lead just doesn't feel very comfortable in a game like this. So
2 is not safe.
No, it's not, but so Dalbero wins the draw cleanly to McGlinchey. Carter over to Preston Cantelli. Back on the stick of Cantelli. Now Carter McGlinchey. Wide, a long rebound. These boards are pretty hollow. Now John Dalbero right in front of us. Dalbero cross ice pass to Cantelli. Now Carter McGlinchey to Dalbero, who's open. They play catch. McGlinchey floats one towards the net. It goes high over the net, off the glass. Glass seems to be a little bit hollow here too. Now tied up in front of the Zamboni door. DeFilio back for McGlinchey. Griffin McGlinchey back behind for DeFilio. Cheshire aggressive on the penalty kill, not letting East Haven set up. Nice pass to Dalbero, shot blocked, and the Rams are going to fire it all the way down. So Fritz comes out of his net. East Haven will have time for one more rush. Dalbero trying to work through the check. He can't do so. So the Rams steal. Landon Cantelli gets it back. Tips it up ahead for Savo. Savo trying to work through, but they lost it, and that's going to do it for the power play. East Haven does not convert, but Cheshire's going to go right back in the box. There's another high hit on Bonnell. Shot taken wide by Landon Cantelli. East Haven's going to go back on the power play here with 11:20 to go in the period and a 1-0 lead, and Cheshire getting a little bit undisciplined here as this period unfolds.
Like we said in the first, they are a very physical team, but when you're just playing from behind like that, and it's like, to me, with a grain of salt, they're dumb penalties. There's something like, you don't need to take that. It's not like he was getting by you. So it's just something that I don't understand why a kid would take something like that.
So the face-off will be to Miller's left, penalty on Biagio Pepe. So one of Cheshire's better skaters going to be in the box here for 2 minutes, and I'm surprised Coach Payne goes right back to the number 1 power play unit. They just got off after being on the ice for almost 2 minutes on the previous power play. That second unit had just come out. Savo actually fourth forward on D here. Savo's at the top of the circle. Dalbero having a pretty lighthearted conversation with the official. Dalbero and Vasilyev's taking the draw here. Johnny pushes it deep. Now right in front of us, Rams fire it off the boards again. A lot of weird caroms here, something to watch as the day unfolds. Fritz is going to leave it for Preston Cantelli, and Preston's going to skate. Here comes Cantelli in the Cheshire zone, had his stick lifted by Vasilyev's, and he fires all the way down. Fritz Plays it up off the stick of Savo. Now Vasilyev's in shorthanded, glove by Fritz. He lets it go. Boy, Cheshire very aggressive shorthanded. We've noticed it twice now. Preston Cantelli up for John Dalbero with some room now. Dalbero in the Cheshire zone, works the puck deep. Dalbero behind the net. Creates a little bit of room, now finds Savo at the blue line. Interesting look with Savo at the point. Dalbero on a one-timer. Save made, and the Rams are going to take the puck. They get by Savo. Here's a shorthanded chance. Hustling back that time was Dalbero, shorthanded. Puck loose, and Fritz was able to cover. Now he's in the crease. They're poking at it, and oh boy, here we go. Some physical play in front, and I'm sorry, the officials let that happen because that whistle should have blown about 5 seconds earlier.
There's no way you can tell me these officials saw where that puck was. That when you lose sight of the puck, you need to blow it immediately because that's what's going to lead to. They're just going to keep whacking at it for the next 45 seconds, and then nothing's going to happen, and then you get something like this. So they're going to lose control of this game really quick if they don't start calling something.
.10:04 to go, second period, 44 seconds on the penalty to Biagio Pepe. And we've got Cheshire players going to the box. Is Savo going to go too, or is he just coming to the bench? He's just going to the bench, so I'm not sure. Is this?
It looks like the indication.
It's going to be a yeah, Preston Cantelli's going to the box. But it's not really offsetting because it looks like it's 4-on-3 now.
Yeah, correct. That's, to me, how that should go. And, I just think nobody knows what's going on. Now Fritz is talking to the referee. This just seems like this is a kind of a disaster.
Well, East Haven's still got 5 kids on the ice, so if it's offsetting, it should be 5-on-4, I would think.
I like your 4-on-3 idea.
Be a lot of open ice there, but it is 5-on-4, so Cheshire's going to have 4 kids out there, and you're right. This crew has lost complete control of this hockey game, and we're only 5 minutes into the second period. We got a long way to go.
It took them 20 minutes to call it interference or roughing, wherever they want to call that.
So now Lorenzo DeFilio up ahead from McGlinchey. McGlinchey plays it in. Now it's in the corner, held in by Landon Cantelli at the blue line. Griffin McGlinchey behind the net. East Haven still on the man advantage here. DeFilio gets hit. Now DeFilio back to McGlinchey. Carter actually steps down. Now to Griffin with just zero room. Sticks waving in front of him. Cheshire very active. Shorthanded. Nice give and go to McGlinchey, and he couldn't tee it up. And the Rams are going to fire all the way down. Power play's over. East Haven 0 for 2 on the power play in this period alone. Here's Landon Cantelli. Cantelli skating just like his brother. Cantelli in! Shot just wide to the stick side of Miller. Dalbero gets pinned to the boards on the far side by Golden, who took the first penalty in this period. Nice play by Landon Cantelli to glove it. He left it for DeFilio, who held the zone. But now the Rams come out. Boy, this is going to get really chippy before this day is done. Here comes Biagio Pepe. Pepe takes a shot. Fritz tight to the post, made the save. Now a long outlet pass looking for Landon Cantelli. Cantelli, he scores! Landon Cantelli went top shelf on the goaltender Ryan Miller. And with 8:29 to go in the period, East Haven leads it 2-0. And what a big-time goal for Landon Cantelli.
And he basically, we'll see, he did that himself. He came right into his zone, and he, I don't want to say, he's like the sniper of the team, I think, right now. He's just, his shots are just, he's so quick with the wrist, the goalies can't react quick enough.
So because of all the power play time, this third line hasn't seen the ice yet in this period. So this is their first shift in a while, so they should be rested. So East Haven with a 2-0 lead now with 8:29 to go in this second period. Here's Enzo Plano. Plano moves in. Shot saved. Miller, big rebound. Perillo got to it, and Miller got a piece of that. Now Plano right in front of us. Plano got to brace himself for a hit. He does. Throws one back behind the net. Oh, it goes by Ballo. Here come the Rams, 3-on-1. There's a wide pass, glove by Fritz, and he holds as LaCroix forced his man wide. With 8:06 to go, 2-0 East Haven, and that's one of the rare times we've seen an odd man rush against East Haven this year.
But yeah, and exactly. But when you have Fritz, you always kind of have that self-confidence as a defenseman that, okay, got by, but Fritz is always on top of his game.
So defensive zone face-off to the right of Michael Fritz now. Plano actually, after a loose puck, got it back to Testa. Now Billy Dimitriadis. Dimitriadis comes out with it. Finds Perillo into the Cheshire zone. Perillo goes to the net, stays with it. Plano down there for support. Puck goes up the wall. Dimitriadis pushed off the play, and now the Rams come out with the puck. Testa gets back for it as we are just about at the midway point of the game. East Haven with a 2-0 lead. Puck tied up in the far corner. Testa and Plano down there trying to kick it along the wall. Official stands right there. I didn't hear a whistle, but I guess we had one. 7:28 to go in the period, 2-0 East Haven. And boy, every time this third line comes on the ice, they make good things happen.
Yeah, exactly. And like I've been saying, Perillo already had a goal, but Plano is just so close. He's that hard worker. I'm trying to remember who he reminds me of a few years ago. He's that like dirty, hard-working Parker Sprinkle a few years ago. So he has that same kind of mentality in him. Rams
in their own zone. 2-0 East Haven lead here midway through the second period. John Dalbero in with a move, and the shot goes just wide to the glove side. Dalbero and Landon Cantelli, the goal scorers. McGlinchey up for DeFilio. Now another shot, and they poke at it as Miller let the rebound go. Dalbero didn't get a lot on his pass. Now McGlinchey has it back. John behind the net. Johnny trying to get by Charlie Golden. Golden ridden off the play by Dalbero. Now Griffin McGlinchey. McGlinchey gets hit by Golden. Preston Cantelli keeps it in. Throws one towards the net, blocked. Now DeFilio. DeFilio takes a hit. DeFilio stays with it. Works hard, puts it in front. Dalbero. He scores! John Dalbero threw a bunch of bodies in front. His second goal of the game. And with 6:37 to go in the period, East Haven takes a 3-0 lead. My goodness.
And that all started with DeFilio, too. DeFilio, he was knocked off the puck, but he always stays with it. And we're going to say it again and again. They don't just ever stop. He doesn't get pinned against the board and just stop. He fought through that. There was 6 passes in there. Somehow Johnny got on Johnny's stick, and he just buried it. It was a perfect play.
This is with East Haven has dominated this second period from jump, and they just look fantastic. Ryan Bonnell carries the puck into the Cheshire zone, far corner. Now Savo's shot goes just wide to the glove side. Bouncing puck over the stick of Cameron LaCroix. Vasilyevs gets to it first. Fritz makes the save. Rebound goes wide. Now puck goes through the goal mouth. Fritz was going across the crease. And the puck comes dangerously out in front. Now cleared out of the zone. East Haven has control of the game right now, 3-0. Oh, big hit there by Savo in front of his own bench. My goodness. There's Vasilyevs with a shot glove by Fritz, and he holds on. 5:51 to go, second period. East Haven 3, Cheshire 0, and that's the first save that Fritz has had to make in quite some time.
Yeah, he's a decent amount. There's a decent amount he had to make like in the very early, but since East Haven got that second goal, it kind of, like I said, took the wind out of their sails, and now like East Haven's going to be rolling with it. Hopefully, it seems.
So Dalbero with 2, Landon Cantelli with the other, and East Haven's got the 3-0 lead. There's Vasilyev's shot, glove by Fritz, and he holds on, and Evan Vasilyev's back on Fritz for the rebound, and Fritz just got up and said, hold on, you're not coming in here. 5:40 to go. It's 3-0.
Well, that could have gotten a lot worse if one of the defensemen. But it almost seemed like Fritz was like, okay, he was going for the puck. That's all fine. So we don't want, like you said, anything kind of escalating further.
That's a good word, escalating. When you have a 3-0 lead, just protect the lead and try to add to it when you can. Cheshire keeps it in on net. Fritz ties it up side of the net until Preston Cantelli can get to it. He swings it around the boards. Now it's Shane Ruggiero. Ruggiero for Tanner Walsh. Now to Salvati. Salvati shot wide to the stick side of Miller. Preston Cantelli takes a hit at the blue line. Boy, this physical does not properly describe what this Cheshire team is. Rams trying to skate in there on Fritz. Backhander. And that one got tipped wide to the stick side. Held in. Fritz gloves it and holds on. 5 minutes to go in the second period. East Haven 3, Cheshire nothing. And if you didn't think they've been throwing their body around, they're going to do it even more now, trailing by 3.
They're a very body-first type of team. There's no doubt about it. If they're not going to pick your pocket and go with it, they're going to knock you off the play and then take it from there.
We didn't mention this earlier, they were the number 3 seed in Division II last year, knocked out in the first round by 14th seeded Trumbull. Fritz holds another one and another Cheshire. Actually, that's Vasilyev's again going in the crease. So it's like the third or fourth time today that we've seen a Cheshire player going into Michael Fritz in the crease. So East Haven's going to have to watch that and maybe get a little bit more physical in front of their own net.
Yeah, start knocking the players out. But like I said to you, I don't know about on that side. I can't really tell where it is. So I know there should be as a hockey player, I guess but still you got to start pushing them away from your goalie to protect them.
Puck knocked down in front, now back at the blue line. Shot by Fraser, tipped wide. Behind the net, they fight for it, and East Haven comes out with the puck. Lorenzo DeFilio into the Cheshire zone. DeFilio, nice pass from McGlinchey. Big save, Miller. Rebound by Cameron Green. That was blocked. And now the Rams create a little bit of space. Almost stolen back by McGlinchey. Charlie Golden in front of his own net. Hits DeFilio, and now DeFilio tries to go back at Golden. Golden had some words for DeFilio as they skate back down the ice. Rams throw it back toward the net. Fritz came out of the crease, but he made the save, and there's a hit behind the net. My goodness. As that was Griffin Testa that got hit late. 4:06 to go, 3-0 East Haven, and we still got a whole other period to go with all this physical play.
The good thing was, at least with that, Testa kind of stayed down and kind of skated away because like you said, you have 3-0 lead. It's not secured yet, but you don't want to do anything where you put yourself behind the 8 ball.
To this point, East Haven's played a disciplined game. I think that Landon Cantelli, might have gotten a piece of a shot there. Knocked down nicely there by Bunnell. Shot gloved by Miller. And he holds for the whistle. 3:50 to go, second period. East Haven 3, Cheshire nothing. Rams have picked it up, it seems like, since Dalbero's second goal, but it hasn't been enough.
Well, yeah, they just it all goes back to their physical play. That's how they're going to pick it up, it seems, and just knock you off. And it seems like, and they have the speed too, which, as you can see here, a little too much speed as well.
Biagio Pepe took the puck in a little early. Offsides, whistle down, 3:43 to go here. East Haven 3, Cheshire nothing. This has been a very impressive first 2 periods just about so far today for East Haven as they look for win number 6 already. And as we said, 6 big points, which would put them in the top spot in Division II. Perillo going to the net, got taken down. Cantelli's shot hit a bunch of bodies in front. Now Carter McGlinchey with a shot that goes up and over the net. Perillo gave it away. Now Preston Cantelli just got in body position, but he took the puck and shot it off the ceiling. So another stoppage with 3:22 left in a 3-0 game. Seems like the periods are taking forever, but they're really not.
No, not really. We're about an hour into it. It doesn't seem like everything, but like you said in the first, the timing of it's like the flow is really good. There hasn't been a lot of icings like we've had in past games.
Yeah, the pace of this game today has been really good. When you have two good teams going up against each other like this is what you're going to see. Fritz is going to decide to cover, and there's a play there by Braden Tursky who gave Michael Fritz a snow shower, and Fritz said, "You give me the snow shower, I'll just stop every shot."
Yeah, I was going to say, who cares if it's a little snowy? It doesn't bother him.
So defensive zone face-off to Fritz's right. East Haven 3, Cheshire nothing. Cheshire keeps it in off the face-off. Swung around the far side. Cantelli lost it. Now Cohen Allen up the boards, back to the blue line. A shot taken there by Charlie Golden that was knocked down. And here comes Landon Cantelli. Cantelli gets by one, goes to the net. Fraser behind, being poked at by Perillo. Cantelli couldn't keep it in, and Landon touches up off sides. 2:47 to go in the period. East Haven 3, Cheshire nothing. The quietness in between whistles definitely saves your voice.
Yeah, there are some interesting things about this rink too. That, like, we talked about the ice surface, how quiet it is. But the other thing is, look at the Zamboni door. There is like a 2 or 3 inch visible gap. And I did see someone's stick get kind of hung up there, so that's kind of something. If you look at any of the doors, there's always that little gap that could they lose their stick in.
The other doors, there's gaps underneath the doors that you can kind of see on the two far sides here. So, yeah, there's a very interesting rink here in Hamden, and it's one of the older rinks, more traditional rinks in the state. Salvati in front for Enzo Plano, and his stick was lifted. Plano was tripped back here behind the net, no call. They keep working at it. You're right, Nick. Enzo Plano just so incredibly close to getting one. That one goes wide of Fritz for icing. 2:07 to go. East Haven 3, Cheshire nothing, as Plano just continues to get closer and closer.
Yeah, like I think it was him that was on the ice. He's just doing everything. He's always working through checks. And he doesn't have the size either, but that kind of works in his favor too if he's like in the scrum on the boards.
So the face-off will be to the right of Ryan Miller, the sophomore goaltender for Cheshire. The Rams win the draw. Grace trying to go up the boards. It was knocked down there by DeFilio. Dalbero actually comes away with it. Dalbero has 2 today. He's now got 8 on the year. He's looking for the hat trick. Griffin McGlinchey has it. Finds Dalbero, back to McGlinchey, and he tipped it just wide, and players knocked into the net. The net comes off the pegs. So we got a stoppage with 1:43 to go. 3-0 East Haven. Nice little give and go there to Griffin McGlinchey, but the puck just trickled wide.
Yeah, there was a wide open net with the Cheshire goalie basically 2 feet from us. There was a beautiful chance to just, fortunately it did come off and had to blow at least they blew the whistle this time.
So face off. Actually, it's going to come out of the zone because they're going to say East Haven was in the crease if you could find it. So the face-off comes just outside the Cheshire zone. Dalbero still out to take the draw. He wins it up to Griffin McGlinchey, but now it's out to center. Here come the Rams. Here's Fernicola. Fernicola trying to get by Preston Cantelli, and in a word, nope. Cantelli steals it, and Preston got it up to Lorenzo DeFilio. And it's now on the stick of Griffin McGlinchey. McGlinchey finds Dalbero in the Cheshire zone. Dalbero with some open ice, drops it back for DeFilio. Cross ice, Cantelli back underneath Dalbero in front. Griffin couldn't tee up a shot. Now Biagio Pepe. Pepe into the East Haven zone, dumped it in on the backhand side. Rams get to it first. They put it in front, and Fritz got a piece of that one, steered it wide. Here is DeFilio with speed. Lorenzo DeFilio drops it back from McGlinchey. Shot on net, never got through though. Knocked down by Cantelli. He keeps it in. Preston Cantelli just couldn't hold the blue line, and so East Haven will make a change. McGlinchey was trying to go for Dalbero, but it was too far for icing. 39 seconds to go in the period. 3-0 East Haven, and outside of a few chances here and there for Cheshire, East Haven has dominated this period.
Yeah, they haven't. They maybe have like 5 shots on Fritz in the last 10 minutes, I'd say. But the other thing I keep noticing, like when East Haven can't make a full line change, it really doesn't matter. The chemistry between the lines is something I really haven't seen outside of like a professional level team or college level, of course.
Face off to Fritz's right. It's tied up on the near side boards. Held in, shot blocked by guess who? Landon Cantelli. Another shot deflected wide, and that one knocked out of play with 28 seconds to go. And again, East Haven defensively, A-plus effort again today.
And that's the thing. You see the two coming out, Preston Cantelli and Carter McGlinchey. They're defensemen on the sheet, but like I keep saying, they're really not defensemen because we saw Cantelli go end-to-end in the hand game last Wednesday.
So East Haven trying a long outlet pass for Savo. That was too far. Savo going to win the foot race. Savo in, and it went off the post. Oh, Savo snake bitten as that puck clanged right off the pipe. Wow, what a chance. Cantelli trying to go, Preston trying to go for Landon. Watch out. Landon gets taken down far corner, and another penalty. The penalty's going to be on Landon Cantelli for a hold? Well, Cheshire touched the puck, and the whistle didn't blow. Anyway, the period's over. East Haven's up 3-0, but what a period. East Haven far and away the better team here in the first 2 periods.
And that's what I mean. Like I said, the second period was the most important going into it. And East Haven, like you said, dominated. They only had a few shots on Fritz. So now, be interesting to see what we come back to with a penalty or not. But play the same game you have been playing. You've been playing at this. Just make sure you don't get hurt by one of these big Cheshire bodies.
We got a good one going on here in Hamden. End of 2, East Haven 3, Cheshire 0. Back for the third in a moment. Welcome back to the Lou Astorino Ice Arena in Hamden. East Haven with a 3-0 lead on Cheshire as we go to the third period here, but Landon Cantelli went to the penalty box at the end of that period, so East Haven's going to have to kill this off. This is a huge momentum swing in this game. East Haven looking to start 6-0 and firmly plant themselves as the number 1 team in Division II, but as I say that, there's Shane Fraser with a power play goal for Cheshire, and that's a big one. It only took 15 seconds, and we've got ourselves a 3-1 game.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it was a quick shot. It was a good play by Cheshire. They kind of cycled quickly, but that's exactly what their game plan was. Come out here, jump. The good thing is, okay, only took 15 seconds to get Cantelli out of the box because he's one of the best skaters on the team, as we know.
So a big, big goal for the Rams to make it 3-1. False start on the penalty. It'll be 1st and 15.
That was a false start. Okay?
That's I said. It's a false start. It'll be 1st and 15.
With a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, 5-yard penalty. So East Haven with a 3-1 lead here. Cheshire with a big power play goal. Dalbero with a shot. McGlinchey on the doorstep for the rebound. So East Haven now facing adversity for the first time today. It's the first goal they've given up in 5 periods, or 5 full periods of game action. Puck loose in front, now back to the blue line. Shot goes high off the net, off the glass. Cheshire has come out with some jump here to start the third period. There's a steal. Lorenzo DeFilio back behind the net. Tries to step by Biagio Pepe, who goes up the boards but not out of the zone. DeFilio keeps it in. McGlinchey goes cross ice for Dalbero, and Dalbero missed it. I think Miller slid across and got a piece of it and deflected it out of play. 13:57 to go in the third. East Haven 3, Cheshire 1.
Yeah, Johnny really wanted that one. He had a wide open net, but good on Miller. He's not a bad goalie. He's quick. He gets in good positions. It's just we kind of don't want to see that right now.
Miller only a sophomore. Cheshire historically has had some good goaltenders and have another good one here this year. There's Ballo at the center ice line up to Landon Cantelli. He lost it, and now the Rams look to come back this way. Vasilyev's cross ice, too far, icing waved off. Ballo in a foot race, tied up behind the net with Shane Fraser. Shane Fraser, the goal scorer for Cheshire here in the third period. Cameron LaCroix comes away with the puck. Long outlet pass for Savo. Went a little bit too far, and that's going to be an icing as Savo and Bolger collide behind the net. 13-19 to go, third period. East Haven 3, Cheshire 1, and seems like now it's turning into the game we thought it would be.
Yeah, you can kind of feel where Cheshire has all the momentum right now. East Haven really needs to get it deep into their zone, move the puck. Their passing has been beautiful the past two games, and you got to put one behind Miller.
Next goal, really, really important here in this game. They win the faceoff. Shot was blocked in front. Now Ballo collides in front of us with Fraser. Fraser goes around the boards. Cameron LaCroix gets to it first. LaCroix skates out with it. Gets to center ice, goes for the dump in. It was blocked. Now East Haven struggles to get it in the Cheshire zone. Now it's on the stick of Vasilyev's. Vasilyev's shot blocked by Savo. Good defensive play by Savo from the forward position getting back. Cheshire definitely has had jump here to start the third. Here's Savo. Savo working his way in. Couldn't get all the way in. Perillo, avoids a hit. Keeps the puck in. But that was only momentarily. Now the Rams flip it ahead. That's going to be an icing, though. Pass too far. 12:33 to go, third period. It's 3-0 East Haven, and you kind of get the sense that East Haven is scrambling a little bit here to start the period.
Especially Savo's a selfish player, but you saw him on the defense, which I really like. And I said about that last game where he really recognizes okay, he sees Preston or McClinchy pinch, he always goes back and covers the blue line.
Testa with a bouncing puck. Now Cameron Green gets to it at the far point. Puck knocked down. Rams come out with it. Testa at the red line. Knocks it down, dumps it in. Stolen by Dimitriadis. Dimitriadis going towards the net, and they couldn't get a shot away. Here come the Rams. Back the other way. There is number 9, Braden Tursky, who gained the red line and dumped it in. Cameron Green around the boards for Testa. Testa up now to Perillo, who can't control. Knocked down at center ice by the Rams. Now Perillo has it back. Perillo got tackled at the blue line. We play on. Trying to get by Carter McGlinchey. They can't do so. McGlinchey knocks it down, tips it up for Perillo. Nicholas Perillo trying to find Preston Cantelli. Now it's on the stick of McGlinchey, who dumps it back in. Never got through center ice, and back come the Rams. Rams gain the zone. Shot blocked by Carter. Dalbero, who's got 2 goals today, tips it up for Griffin McGlinchey. McGlinchey works into the Cheshire zone. Grace tries to play it out, knocked down by Dalbero. Dalbero with open ice, gives it up. McGlinchey went down in front, no call. And Cheshire clears it out to center. I thought it hit the ceiling, but it didn't. So now Carter McGlinchey plays it into center ice on the stick of Biagio Pepe. Pepe skates in. Pepe shot saved by Fritz. And the rebound trickled just wide. One of the rare times we've seen Fritz let a rebound go. That puck goes off a rather dangling light fixture, which is literally hanging by a thread up on top of the ceiling. 10:53 to go in the third period, 3-1 East Haven.
Here's the plan. Don't put it in the corner because you're right, that thing does not look sturdy. But outside of that, good job by Fritz. That was dangerously close, and he saw it by a hair. So just you can feel Cheshire still has all the pressure right now.
Yeah, Cheshire's been the better team here the first 5 minutes of this third period. Ryan Bonnell, that's going to be icing. No one on East Haven touched it. 10:48 to go in the third, 3-1 East Haven. We don't really have out-of-town scores today because we've really been the only game going for most of the afternoon. Plus, if you could find a signal here, congratulations. North Haven playing Farmington Valley. That game probably just got underway in the Northford Ice Pavilion as the another icing with 10:41 to go in the third as North Haven raised their championship banner from last year prior to their game today. Really not a lot of big games around the state today because a lot of teams played out-of-state tournaments this week.
Yeah, there's a few that I'm looking at. You have, like you said, Farmington Valley and North Haven. You have Glastonbury Weathersfield. This is an interesting game. But also future opponents, Branford, who we'll see Wednesday night or Wednesday afternoon, and then Lyman Hall as well later today at the NIP.
North Branford playing the Eastern Connecticut Eagles at 5 at the NIP, so triple header in Northford, but East Haven being pinned in their own zone here. 10:34 to go, third period. They've got the 3-1 lead, but Cheshire's got all the momentum right now. Here comes Ryan Bonnell. Ryan Bonnell into the Cheshire zone. Bonnell works it all the way in. Goes cross ice looking for Savo. It was tipped. Now it's on the stick of Landon Cantelli. Back for Testa at the blue line. Shot gloved by Miller as he came out to hold on to the puck. 10:13 to go in the third. 3-1 East Haven. We had a good pace in the first two periods today, but a lot of stoppages here in the third.
Yeah, East Haven's iced it probably 2 or 3 times. They're feeling the pressure though, so I kind of understand that. But even the goalies are kind of holding it more too. They don't want that one rebound to go to get by them. So I kind of see this period is going to kind of be like this.
This is the nip and tuck game we thought it would be now. East Haven 5-0 coming in. Cheshire 3-0 coming in. If East Haven wins today, they'll be 3/4 of the way into the state tournament already. As Fritz gloves that shot. 9:54 to go in the third. 3-1 East Haven as they continue to slow the pace down here in this game. And it just shows that East Haven can play pretty much any style of game.
Yeah, you want to play like with hand. They just kept scoring and scoring. Here they're not playing dump and chase, but they're playing a lot more productive, a lot more defensive. But they have 6 defensemen that can do that as well and protect leads.
What a pass. Preston Cantelli through 2 lines to Lorenzo DeFilio. DeFilio in the corner tried to go back to Preston. It went too far. Rams iced the puck. That's going to make it for an icing. 9:35 to go. Third period, East Haven 3, Cheshire 1. And Michael Fritz told us Wednesday night after the hand game, they knew that this was their toughest opponent of the year so far. No offense to anybody else East Haven's played.
No, I think they come out with the schedule, and there's always those few 3-4 games. This is always one. This, West Haven, any of the SCC teams that, like we said, they were, number 3 in Division II last year, so you knew they were going to be tough.
Cheshire beat East Haven 5-2 last year. The last time these two teams played here was 2 years ago. First game of the year. East Haven won that game 9-7. Ryan Sheldon was in goal that day for East Haven. Here comes Josh Salvati. Salvati in with a shot. Saved Miller with David Fritz going to the net. Miller held for the whistle. 9:12 to go, third period. East Haven 3, Cheshire 1. Another thing, not that it really matters in high school because you don't really travel far unless you're going to a tournament. This is the second of 6 consecutive road games for East Haven.
Yeah, it's just when we saw the schedule come out, it was just weird to have that kind of block because you always perform better in your own house, per se. But two were 9 minutes away in 2 games that we've played pretty well outside of our home rink.
East Haven will not be home again until the middle of January, which is crazy to think about. But that's how the schedule's laid out. This team seems like it could play pretty much anywhere, though. Lorenzo DeFilio in the corner, back to the blue line. LaCroix couldn't keep it in. And now in their own zone, LaCroix was able to at least push it out, forcing Cheshire to touch up. They dump it in. Rams near corner. What a hit by Ballo. Right in front of our camera, being worked on today by the immortal Rob Becker. Michael Ballo up ahead for John Dalbero. Dalbero into the Cheshire zone. You like that one? I never called you immortal before.
No, you haven't.
That one puck deep. Now Dalbero swings it back around the boards for Savo. He lost it. And now the Rams come back this way. Time starting to become a factor now for Cheshire. They can't get by Michael Ballo. What a play by Ballo as he stepped up. This is, as we've talked about a lot, Nick, this is definitely a defense-first mindset here in this period, which I'm kind of surprised about.
Yeah, but like when you have those defensemen, Ballo, Cantelli, and just everybody else, it's just they can step up, they can pinch down, which is also an interesting thing. So it's just everybody, even the forwards, play very well defense.
Testa steps down, found the loose puck, but his shot was blocked, and the puck comes all the way out to center ice. Green now over to Savo, who curls back. Savo off the stick of Bunnell. And now Biagio Pepe comes in the zone onside for Cheshire. Big hit there by Landon Cantelli. Now Pepe. Pepe steps in, shot blocked again by Landon Cantelli, who again shows zero regard whatsoever for his body. And Cantelli skips off to the bench. What an effort from Landon Cantelli. My goodness. His stick was left in the middle of the ice as he got off at least 4 or 5 block shots every game this season for Landon Cantelli. Just an unbelievable job. Cameron Green in his own blue line. Green up for Demetriadis. Pass went too far off of Billy. And offside, puck touched up with a high stick. 6:27 to go, third period. It's 3-1 East Haven. We'll keep an eye if Landon Cantelli comes back out there at all. And actually, he seems to be okay. One thing we talked about in between periods, look right in front of us at the amount of water that is still on this ice with 6.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, we would see the Zamboni come by with just good 2 inches of water coming off from behind. So, and if you even look at like the back of some of the kids' jerseys, you could see they're wet too. So when they fall, it's just soaked.
Here's Evan Vasilyevs in front of us. Trying to go for DiPodesta in the corner. I'm sorry, that's Fraser. Held in by Grace at the blue line. Grace back down to Vasilyevs. Centering pass looking for Fraser, does not connect. And now Carter McGlinchey. Outlets to Griffin. Now it's on the stick of John Dalbero. Dalbero. Shot goes wide. Rebound. They score! Griffin McGlinchey took advantage of a weird carom off the hollow boards here, and that's a huge goal. And with 5:59 to go in the third period, East Haven takes a 4-1 lead, and that is a big-time goal for Griffin McGlinchey.
Yeah, and now you got your 3-goal lead. Put your foot back on the gas because Cheshire, like you said, Cheshire's they're hungry, so a 3-goal lead for them, and like you said, time is becoming a factor for them. So that's the other thing we got to look for is when they pull their goalie too. So.
I don't know with a 3-goal deficit if they will pull the goaltender. We'll have to see if they get one in the next couple of minutes. At a 2-goal deficit, they might. I don't know if they will at a 3-goal deficit. We'll see how we go. Penalty coming up on East Haven. As Carter McGlinchey touches up, it's going to be a slashing call on Landon Cantelli, who's actually going to the box for the second time today. 5:33 to go in the third. It's 4-1. In the NHL, you might see a team pull their goalie 3 goals down on a power play. I don't know that you'll see it here.
We've seen some weird kind of stuff in the past, though. I think in one year, I think it was like the second period. I don't know what team, if it was us or what, they pulled their goalie, and it actually converted. So you just never know, especially in an SEC game like this. You really want to win.
We can only have 4 on the ice, so somebody's got to go off. Now they do. So Landon Cantelli in the box for the second time today. Face off to the right of Michael Fritz. This might be Cheshire's last hope to get back in this game, as Carter McGlinchey fires all the way down and Miller leaves it for Vasilyevs, who will have to go the length of the rink. He's being hounded by Bunnell. Nice play by Savo, who just takes it and fires all the way back down. And Vasilyevs has to go the length of the rink again. Here's Biagio Pepe for Cheshire. Pepe into the East Haven zone. Goes cross ice for Vasilyevs. Tipped toward the net. Bouncing puck in front, they score. A power play goal for Cheshire. And with 4:56 left in the third, that is Cheshire's second power play goal of the period and of the game. And it's now a 4-2 game.
And I know that was the worry kind of coming in with East Haven taking a lot of penalties. And it's just unfortunate that something that, like, Cantelli probably didn't think was a penalty, the ref saw it a different way. So, but now you just got to play with that kind of anger, if you will. Like, okay, Cantelli goes in the box and now he's thinking, not that it was his fault, but like, let me do something to bring it back to square root.
East Haven's got to finish this here. This Cheshire team is not going to go away. They still have time, although it's not exactly on their side right now. Griffin McGlinchey into the Cheshire zone, onside. Puck dumped in the corner, taken back there by Bolger. Bolger around the net. Stolen by Dalbero, trying to go in front for McGlinchey. He couldn't tee it up. Now DeFilio with a little bit of room. Off the glass for Dalbero, who's got 2 goals today. DeFilio tried to go in front. DeFilio went all the way around the net. Wound up completing his own pass, essentially. Now Dalbero back to Lorenzo. Lorenzo turns. He gets tied up. When Cheshire does get control of the puck and Miller will cover it with 4:10 to go, you're going to see their defense probably become very active because they would like to avoid their first loss if they could.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to do everything they can. And for them, at this point, no shot's a bad shot. So Fritz is really going to be tested in the next 4 minutes.
One thing I like looking at Fritz and talking to his team after each goal, okay, I gave up a goal. Just kind of shrugs it off and gets back in there, acting like a leader as he is. There's Bunnell trying to put it in front. Plano knocked it down. Took a shot that didn't get through. Here comes Cheshire. They are onside. Preston Cantelli trying to force his man wide. Now they try to go in front. They do. Vasilyevs with a shot. Fritz made the save. Vasilyevs tried to go in front again. Carter McGlinchey up the boards. Knocked down by Plano. Plano couldn't get it out. Fraser, cross ice pass goes wide. Stick side. Boy, Cheshire feeling it now. Getting momentum as they did after their first goal. Plano up the boards looking for Savo. Savo comes back and he's going to ice the puck. Actually, he won't. It goes on net, so Miller forced to play it. What a smart play by Savo to keep the game going. Long pass by Cheshire. That one did not convert, and Fritz let it go. So 3:11 to go in the third. Offensive zone face-off. 4-2 East Haven, and you've just got to try to keep the puck in the Cheshire zone right now.
Yeah, and it looks like Dalbero will be taking face-off. Dalbero's done a great job today on his face-offs, winning it deep into the zone, too, and just keeping it in. And then DeFilio and everybody else just crash on it.
Face-off to the left of Ryan Miller, who's played well today. Ballo shot deflected by McGlinchey. Puck loose in front. Now it's behind the net. Griffin McGlinchey has done a great job all day, parking himself right in front of the net. Here comes Cheshire. There's a shot gloved by Michael Fritz. Jack Fernicola with the shot. Fritz with the save. 2:56 to go in the third. It's 4-2 East Haven, and we'll see if Cheshire coach Anthony Giusto decides at some point here to call his timeout and pull his goaltender.
It's a good point. We're at 3 minutes left, so there's not a lot of time. Could have kind of argued 3's a little much, but like you had the offensive zone faceoff, do it now.
I would have at least taken the timeout at this point, but again, that's why we're out here. Preston Cantelli trying to go up to McGlinchey. They can't get it out. Cantelli up to the blue line. He skates it out to center. Smart play by Preston Cantelli. Cantelli puts a move on, carries it into the corner, just killing a little bit of time. Good, smart move by Cantelli. Now Dalbero tries to keep it in, but he can't. And now the Rams are going to break out. Miller stays put as East Haven steals it at center ice. Rams have it back. Fraser skates in. They were offsides, but nope. Biagio Pepe with a shot, deflects off the glass. They try to put it out in front. Fritz saw it all the way, and he covers and holds with 2:09 to go here in the third. East Haven with a 4-2 lead, and you just get the sense the way this third period is going. This is one of those games East Haven's just trying to hang on.
Yeah, exactly. And good by Fritz to he just saw it come in his crease and just stop it at all costs. And it looks like Cheshire just pulled their goalie for their sixth skater.
Pepe will be that sixth skater. They won't use their timeout, but there is an empty net on the far end. Oh, there's a shot. Fritz with a huge save. He didn't know where it was. Plano couldn't get it out. There's an empty net on the far end. Pepe with a nice job to keep it in. Plano battling. They get it out. Savo got it out to center ice. Cheshire dumps it back in. Preston Cantelli cross ice for McGlinchey. McGlinchey fires down. It's on the stick of Savo to the empty net. He scores. Savo scores the goal in the empty net, and that's going to end it. And with 1:43 to go in the third, East Haven with a 5-2 lead, and that is going to clinch win number 6.
It's just amazing. They played their heart out today. Wasn't an easy win. Like we said, with any SEC game, it's not going to be. Good on Savo. I know that's not how he wanted it to go probably, but hey, a goal's a goal. It put the cherry on top of this, so now you could ride the momentum even further into the year.
And just like East Haven was able to enjoy Christmas weekend last weekend after being 4-0, they're going to enjoy going into 2024 with a 6-0 record. They'll have 26 points at the end of play today, and no matter what happens anywhere else today, and again, this means nothing except it's just something else for us to run our mouths about, East Haven will be in the number 1 spot in Division 2 at the end of play today, no matter what happens everywhere else. Now, of course, we could be wrong because I think the CIAC does make up the rules sometimes as they go, especially with out-of-state games.
Well, or update the website as well. So we're kind of going on half information.
We're going on our own math, and we think we've got it right. But the important thing is the win total. It's going to be win number 6. Icing against East Haven with 55 seconds to go here in the third period, and a 5-2 East Haven lead. They faced adversity a few times today, and they were able to push through it both times.
The beginning of the third period was a little scary, we'll say, because Cheshire came out flying. But they're just level-headed kids. All they care about is putting the puck behind the opposing goalies. So it's going to be a really tough challenge for any team, even on the road.
We haven't seen everybody, but they've been the top team in CT hockey for the first 2 weeks. They're going to be again, and they're not going to hide from anybody, that's for sure. They're going to have to bring their game every night because everybody's going to be out to beat them. But so far, they have been better than everybody that they've played. Amity gave them their best competition. Benjamin Brown being held behind the net as Brown and Sal Plano got their first shifts of the game. We got a face-off with 27.5 seconds left here in the third period. It's 5-2 East Haven. And again, we've talked about this before. Just get through the rest of this game with nothing stupid happening.
Yeah, exactly. Because Cheshire still hasn't really took their foot off the gas, too, which is good on them not to do that. But, yeah, just kind of, you don't want to keep icing it, but just keep it out of your zone.
East Haven's also going to be 3-0 now in the SCC with this win. So they are putting themselves in very good position to make that tournament at the end of the year as well. Plano into the Perillo into the Cheshire zone, centered. They couldn't get a shot away. Miller with a full split in his own crease, and that is gonna do it. East Haven 6-0 with a very impressive performance coming on the road here in Hamden and beating a very good Cheshire team 5-2.
Yeah, this was an all-around great game. We're going to say it every time. The defense was great. Fritz was great. And now, like you said, going into New Year, you only need 2 wins, which is your mark to make the tournament, which is your first checkbox. And then you worry about, okay, where are we going to place? Who's the best, and then the SEC. But no, there's nothing really bad you could say about the team right now. Everybody's firing on all cylinders, so this is going to be a great going into the new year.
Your player of the game is?
John Del Barro.
Your player of the game is?
Griffin McGlinchey.
I think the player of the game is also Del Barro, but we're going to try to get both of them post-game. So for John, by the way, our next game coming up this Wednesday afternoon, 3:45 at the Northford Ice Pavilion, the big rivalry, East Haven and so far winless Brantford. They'll play tonight. That'll be Wednesday, 3:45 at the Northford Ice Pavilion. So for John Becker Jr., Rob Becker, Nick Maniscalco, this is Mike Amento saying so long and Happy New Year, everybody, from Hamden. Once again, our final score, East Haven 5, Cheshire 2.